Good evening, neighbors. This is March 1st, and so we are going to start our questions for March that hopefully gets you thinking about how to begin doing preparedness things. March, we're going to talk about gardenings and growing things. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be huge. Start with one thing, and I will give you some really easy things that we can grow that aren't going to be that big of a deal. So the question today is going to be, what do you eat the most of? Start with there. Do not go, like we talked about in our prep questions, do not go and prep, like buy tons of bags of rice and beans if you're not going to eat rice and beans. Will it keep you alive in a most dire situation? Yes. But that's not what you should store the most if you're not even going to enjoy eating it. Spend your money on things that you're going to enjoy eating. So what do you eat the most? When we were talking about corn, and if your family eats 2 cans of corn a week, then this week buy an extra can of corn. That way next week you're kind of going to be one ahead. Now, does that mean you should only buy one next week? No, you need to buy at least 2. Like, keep up the regular, but now you have an extra one in storage. So there's going to be a time when you can't get out to the grocery store, you're sick, your kids are sick, you can't leave, and you don't get to go buy whatever you need right this minute. So you need to have a little bit in storage. Do not go out and say, I am going to go plant watermelon. If your family doesn't eat watermelon, there's no point in that. Do not plant peas if you don't eat peas. So our family does not really care for peas, except for fresh peas out of the garden. So I do not plant 12 rows of peas, because what am I going to do with them? Now, I do plant extra so that I can save the seed for next year. I do plant in succession. So that means plant some, wait 2 or 3 weeks, plant another row. But I do not plant 18 rows of peas all at once. That would be what you would do if you're going to can something. So save green beans. If you're going to can green beans, then yes, you would want to plant enough beans all at once so that you have harvest all at once so that you can. You don't want to plant 1 row of green beans so that you have enough to can 1 can of green beans, and then next week, can another can? That doesn't make sense. So step 1 is figuring out what your house eats the most. And I'm going to go ahead and make a worksheet up that will help you out so you can figure out, hey, if you guys want macaroni and cheese once a week, then you need to be able to can 52 cans of macaroni and cheese, or have the ingredients on hand to make that. Again, green beans, a corn. Everybody wants to plant their own sweet corn. Yes, but it's a pain in the butt. So I would suggest not starting with that. Figure out which your house uses the most of. We'll start there.